Welcome, everybody, to Conversations with 1 Million Meditators. My name is Tara, and I am here today with a very special guest, one of our USA ambassadors, Lena Gurba. Welcome, girl. I am so excited and honored to have you here today. Lena, she is
I'm
a
more
personal...
excited to be here.
It's going to be so awesome. And I just want to introduce you. I know it's a little bit of formality, but I feel that we need to honor what you do and bring to 1 Million Meditators. So I'm just going to talk about you a little bit here. Lena is a personal transformation coach and healer and founder of empoweredyou.com, dedicated to empowering women to live, lead, and love with wisdom and purpose. She is certified in a unique numerological method of self-discovery called the Matrix. And this method holds a personal blueprint and the keys to human empowerment. Lena studies a 25-year-old wisdom teaching of karmic management, and this knowledge helps her to design actions and then create desired results for her clients. Mentorship with Lena is about flipping the switch, offering positive behavioral and thought patterns to change old conditioning. True transformation comes from knowing of why you're here on this planet and what binds your path and why, and how to transcend limitations and truly live a fulfilled life. Well, that just sounds so beautiful and juicy. I'm so glad that you're here.
It does. It does. Thank you for having me here.
It's gonna be, I know we've got like some things I'm excited to talk about. But before we dive into it, of course, I want to ask you what inspired you to join the movement of 1 Million Meditators?
I would simply say Anita did. Anita, we walked in the same circles. So Joe Dispenza was the teacher that we all followed for some times. I followed Joe Dispenza for a couple of years and did to all of his retreats. And Anita was also in the same group of people. And when I heard of her mission of launching this movement, 1 Million Meditator movement, it was a little bit far reaching. It was a very kind of aggressive goal that she set for herself. And I watched her for a while and became inspiring. And as I progressed on my journey, it just made a lot of sense. It's a perfect place to give back, to offer some free courses, some meditations. It's a very nice umbrella mission that she has to inspire people to love more themselves and as a result love more the world that we live in this planet.
Yeah, I love it. She's amazing. Her energy is exuberant. And she seems to attract in all these amazing people, such as yourself. I'm really excited to dive into this discussion about the Matrix. I know we were briefly just talking about it a little bit before we went live here, but I think everybody is curious to hear a little bit more about it. I know I am. So I'm just going to let you share, and I'm going to listen and not talk because this just sounds like a juicy conversation to have.
Yes, everybody, Matrix is a self-discovery tool, and I uncovered this tool probably at the end of 2017. And I was looking for something that could give me a understanding how what I'm here for, what is my purpose, because I've been working on Wall Street for over 20 years, so I've attained some wealth. I've married, I lived by the books, and I checked a lot of marks on it: children, husband, marriage, job, white picket fence with the house, the car, all the goodies. And somehow this list doesn't give you much of fulfillment. So and certain things were not working for me. Of course, we're always prompted to look for answers when something is not working. And I wanted a system, a knowledge of some sort that is not subjective. It's not a Myers-Briggs type of a survey where you answer the question, and then there is some psychological compilation. They tell you, well, you've got to work on this and that. I wasn't interested in that. I wanted something that was more objective, not dependent on any of my answers. Somebody will come and tell me about me in the way that would help me become better, live happier. And I looked at different systems. I'm pretty analytical, and I always did a lot of analytical works, jobs, and for that reason. And I looked at human design. There are many systems throughout the existence of our humanity. People always looked for answers to their questions. What I'm here for? How do I become happy in this world? Because we get this tremendous potential in the human body as a human. It's truly amazing and unlimited, and we get life. We get the opportunity to live and do and create, but we are dropped here, not remembering, not knowing how this life works. We don't get the instructions, we don't get the manuals, we get the hearsay. Somebody tells you in your family how to. There are books. We go to school, we go to colleges, universities, and we learn a lot of this superficial knowledge, but we don't know how this world really functions. And when you hear people say you create your reality, the question should be, how do I create my reality? How do I uncreate and create what I want? And that is the trick. And that knowledge, that wisdom, is not, sexy, fun. It's hard work, and it is in plain sight, and it's not. It's like an obstacle course to get there. So going back to the matrix, I found the matrix just at that time when I looked at different systems, and for different reasons, they were either too intellectual and I couldn't make sense out of them. You almost needed a PhD in that system. You learn new vernacular to understand what means. Or it's too generic. It's like a horoscope. You read it and it's about everything and nothing. And it's like this, yes, that no, that maybe. So, so not archetypal. I wanted something very specific. And we are as unique as uniqueness is. There's no other Tara, there's no other Lena, and there won't be another one for the next 26,000 years. And um, so it is a long time, and the uniqueness of this experience is, oh my goodness, what do I do with this life if I'm so unique? What do I do with this? How am I unique? What are my talents? What really can I do and be? So the long story short, I'm Ukrainian, and I haven't been at that point back to Ukraine for probably a good 20 years. All of my family is here. My children are born here. My husband is American. And this method, the matrix, comes from Ukraine. I had Russian speaking nannies all of my time for my children so they could speak Russian while I was making money in corporate America. And this nanny one day showed up and she said that meditation works because she meditated for 2 days and she got a job. So I instantly wanted to know, what did she meditate? What did she use? And she said matrix. And at that point, I didn't really understand what she's talking about. So turns out the system, the algorithm is based on your date of birth. And the woman who divinated this around 2012, it's around the precision of equinoxes. And the universe always gifts us the tools for this amazing time that we're in. We get the manual, we get the instruction to make it easy, because there is a lot right now is helping us to go, 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 girl. The entire universe conspires now more than ever. So the matrix shows your entire reality matrix. It has your unique footprint, your unique thumbprint, um, with all your talents, with all your abilities, with all your potential, and also all your limiting beliefs and patterns. And I'm a believer of we're not live once. This is not the only journey we've been around. I'm a believer of that there is a soul, an eternal kind of an energy substance, unique soul, and we incarnate, and we don't come empty-handed. We don't come without baggage and luggage. We'll leave with luggage, and we'll bring that luggage into the next journey. So the matrix shows the luggage, the baggage, and it's so specific because it shows how your childhood is designed, what type of parents you're going to have, mother, father, what's your inner feminine and masculine look like, and how you bring them together, which is the purpose, which is the happiness, which is the fulfillment. It shows how you become financially successful, in what jobs and what roles, but it gives you the um, how you become successful in the relationship and what blocks you from it. It shows you your biggest limiting beliefs that is very hard to identify because they're so ingrained that that's why people go to psychologists for years. It is very hard to ID. What do you think psychologists, therapists do? They, for the most part, they dig to find, and boom, you have this thing, and it just shows you. Then you get down to work. It only diagnoses the problem. You have to take the medicine. You have to do. But the beautiful stuff about Matrix, it also shows you your purpose, your service, how you realize yourself, your potential the best, how you serve, what is your mission, even big overarching idea that the soul has for the life. It has your entire worldview, how you think about the present, how you communicate. So some people are now very versed in the chakra system. So it shows you chakra by chakra all your programming, um, which uh, which is the mechanism by which you create your reality and also your physical reality. The same mechanism you create well-being, illness. It's the health matrix. So I can talk for a very long time about the matrix. It's an amazing tool, and it is the tool of self-discovery. And people, when they come with certain um, request or problem, something that they need to resolve. And the matrix also is beautifully showing for the child what kind of parents they have and how they could be. You could be the good parent, you could be the bad parent. So how do you become the best parent for your child, not just by some book, um, parenting book, but for your unique child? It also shows when combined with another person, um, it explains the entire relationship, why you met, um, how you make this relationship successful, happy. It doesn't show the end, it shows how. It's literally the navigation tool, it's a map with many permutations, but it shows you the road not to go to. And oftentimes in life, we go into the default state to learn the lessons, and that's basically the journey of the soul on this planet, to learn the lessons, to obtain qualities. That's the only thing the soul is interested in.
Wow. That sounds so cool.
So it's a mouthful, yes.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it sounds. I mean, I've practice some different systems, learn some different systems with astrology, and as you were mentioning, human design, and they can be very complicated, but I had never heard of this. So I was definitely excited to dive a little bit more into it. I just want to give a quick shout out to Leah. Hello, Dale. Thank you for joining us. I see a few more of you on watching. Please comment where you're watching from. And if you're catching the replay, write our hashtag replay so that we know you're here. We always love to hear from you. Lena, as you were talking a little bit about the matrix and of course your experience of being introduced to it with this meditation, I feel like it's really fitting to ask you about the impact of global meditations on humanity and what your experience has been, because I'm guessing that you've worked with that type of energy, and I know you've done the movements here with 1 Million Meditators, our global meditations. We do have another one coming up in March, but I would love for you just to elaborate on that for us a little bit about your experience.
Yes. There is a power to it. There is a huge multiplier effect. If you think about the world being more subtle before it becomes physical, and subtle means, I guess, energetic, etheric, metaphysical, above physics. So if you think from that perspective, and we are all connected in that world. We're not separate from each other. We are one mind, one heart. And I believe there was a Russian scientist, maybe the biologist, his name was Tsiolkovsky, and he quantified the effect of when people join together. And it's not just in meditation. If there is a team of like-minded people with the same goal, every single addition multiplies the effect by 7 times. So he calculated the factor of 7, which is quite amazing. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but he's very noble and spent a lot of time, a lot of years studying. So I have no reason to believe. And there's plenty other studies that try to quantify the effect. So the more, the merrier, the bigger. So me and you, we multiply if we are in line with the same kind of intention or motivation. We can multiply it by 7, and then the more people will get, the bigger the multiplier. It's compounding. It's like compounding interest, and it does work. And you can also create a field that you connect to. So if there is a group of us and we have been together, we work together on, and then we can connect to that field, and you literally feel the energy of the group. You feel the energy of the circle, and so it works beautifully, and not just the meditations, but it's how the collectives work. It's how we human works. It's like the ant effect. We become an army, a stronger army when we are together. So, and meditation is a wonderful tool, is one of the many tools, but it allows you to increase 7-fold. Every new addition to your intention allows you to increase. And you see how amazing this Anita's venture into 1 million meditation has been, because it has grown, it mushroomed very quickly. You think it might not make sense, but it does. People connect, and people do join, and they feel something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do believe in that it works.
And you have a show once a week as well on 1 Million Meditators. That's pretty juicy. It's for busy women. I'm sure anybody can join in, but I would love if you just share with everybody a little bit about that, because they can catch you every single week and feel more into Lena's energy and what she does right here on the page.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tara. Yes, I was thinking how I played with different programs on 1 Million Meditator. I've done some programs last year on meditation, and I decided just to go to the core of what I do because I've been in the corporate world for so long and I went through the journey. Um, I understand the women there. I understand what they deal with. I can communicate in the same language, if you will. And I thought, what are they dealing with? And we have a lot of women who tune into 1 Million Meditator. So I come online for 30 minutes every Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I talk about different things that just top of my mind. So this week we talked about confidence, a low self-esteem, and how to deal with that. We talked about goal settings in January. Sometimes I do a meditation because it's a short time period, and meditation, as I mentioned, is a very powerful tool. And I see it as the tool to reprogram your mind. It's not to get calm, which you will. But the biggest benefit and plus is you change the route where your mind likes to travel. You repattern it. So it's an active journey. It's not just sitting with your eyes closed. And when I use meditations talking about low self-esteem and take them to the journey inside, they can experience it rather than me listening. Something could come to the heart. Um, and that's where the change happens. So listening to something has a limited benefit, but doing some sort of an analytical meditation journey inside helps more. Um, and that's the goal behind those sessions. And the biggest motivation for me is to show how you can live happy. Happiness is the goal. Happiness is the goal for all of us, not just women. We all want happiness, wholeness and happiness.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and that is absolutely free right here at 1 Million Meditators, where, like Lena says, every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope I said that correctly. And of course, we can post in the comments below the links for that as well. And I'll give a quick shout out to Erica and Dan. Thank you so much for joining. And as well, anybody else, again, please post in the comments. We love hearing from you. Lena, something that we do here on Conversations with 1 Million Meditators is send out a love share this week. And this week I'm going to send out an extra love share to Anita because I think I'm sending her some extra big hugs and thanking her so much for starting this movement. I think it's been absolutely beautiful, the amazing ambassadors that I've gotten to know and connect with. So that's my love share. Lena, the floor is yours.
Love Anita. Love Anita. Oh, the love share. Oh my goodness. I love you, everybody who is listening now or in recording. We also are looking to have another marathon of 48 hours of meditations. Please come. Please become more engaged with us and tell us what you want more of, less of, what programs you want, because we have an amazing talent. You've showcased, Dan and Leah and Randa. There's so many awesome people with gazillion years of experience. So tell us what hurts, and we will try to help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my love goes to you for the engaged ones. Yes,
big hearts, big hearts. And Lena, I want to ask. Yes, and we will multiply out times 1 million. Lena, if I could give you a magic wand and you could wave it, what would you like to do with that right now at this time where we're at in the world?
Around the world, oh my goodness, Corona is top of mind. Corona has helped us tremendously to revisit how we live, but whoever needs a little bit more to ease it on them, a little bit easier mentally, emotionally, physically, that's the magic one. because a lot of people are having a hard time right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the amazing thing about 1 Million Meditators is we do have, there's a show that's on like every single day of the week. If you tune in, there are the different ambassadors. And again, it is free for you. It is available. Lena just had a course, and maybe it's still going on now, the Program for Success for 2021. Is that still available to everybody? Because I know it was coming up through the feed for those of you that may have seen it. This is the lovely lady that has been putting this one on.
Yes, so it is an amazing program. And if you want to jump on it, text me. I have been teaching it for 3 weeks. It is based on the wisdom traditions of Tibet, their philosophies, and it goes into the 4-step framework of creating anything you want in your life. And I go into detail. And actually, this Saturday, I am completing the free program. You can still jump on it. And I'm going to go deeper into the 10 laws of happiness and prosperity. That will be a paid program. Part of the proceeds will go towards donations to some of the great, great, great non-for-profits that I support. And that's another multiply effect for whoever buys this program. Because these are wisdom traditions. There are charities that support peace and happiness and spiritual development. So it's all good stuff. If you're interested, please send me a text and I'll send you the information.
Awesome. That is amazing. And for those of you that are watching live, you can check in the comments below. And if you are catching this on the podcast, please leave us a review. We are now on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and a bunch of other places. But we would really appreciate if you could take the time and leave us a review and let us know how we're doing and how we can serve you even better. Lena, this has been absolutely amazing having you here today, talking to you about all this juicy stuff. And I feel like we could go on and on and on about the matrix and some of these other ancient wisdom learnings and teachings that you bring to your clients, because I love talking about all that stuff. But, we'd be here all day. But I really, really, truly appreciate it. So for those of you watching again, please #replay. Let us know that you were here. And is there anything that you want to leave us with before you go? The floor is yours.
Yes, I just want to wish you a very good weekend. And please do tune in into my site if you want to know a little bit more about the Matrix. It's empoweredyou.com. And if you want to know a little bit more about the 2 programs that I mentioned, Program 2021 for Success and 10 Laws of Happiness and Prosperity, also text me. Don't be shy. Reach out.
Yeah.
And thank you. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you, Tara. It is amazing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I will receive that. And thank you to all of you that joined in with us today. It was wonderful to feel your energy. Please heart, comment, share this out. We would love to get the word out and spread the movement of 1 Million Meditators around. And remember, we do have the global meditation coming up again here in March. So stay tuned for that. That will be absolutely amazing. Thank you again so much, Lena. We will be back again next week. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everybody.